If there's noise around you, let the silence settle. If someone is near you, this moment is not for them. It's for you. What comes next is not background content. It demands all of you. You passed the test. You walked through the fire of betrayal. You endured the silence when you had every reason to explode. You remained standing where anyone else would have crumbled. The world saw you at your limit, and the enemy thought your exhaustion would be your end. They understood nothing. This morning, heaven rerouted your life's path. And I need to tell you exactly why the survive and fight phase has just been closed in the divine court. You didn't get here because of an algorithm. You arrived because you were marked to arrive. This is a divine alignment, and what you survived wasn't meant to break you. It was to prepare you for this exact moment. The narcissist's insomnia began the day your spiritual elevation became undeniable. That peace you felt, that silence that settled in your mind after months of turmoil, wasn't just a relief for you. It was an alarm for them. The mind that once replayed the same painful conversations at 3 in the morning now finds stillness. The body that trembled in trivial situations now stands firm. The money that seemed to slip through your fingers now begins to find a purpose. And the incessant question of why them and not me how is being replaced by a serene certainty. There is something I will place in your hands before this message closes. Something Solomon recorded for the child of God who needs to navigate the narcissist's subtle sabotage, and that fits in your pocket. It's not a book to study, it's an instrument to bear the weight of what you carry. I'll come back to this. For now, just hold that thought. You got used to living in alert mode, wearing invisible armor, feeling constantly watched, judged. That late-night check of their social media, the palpitation when their name comes up in conversation. All of this is the echo of a war you've already won, but whose sound still reverberates. And on that very note, on the silence that now bothers your former oppressor, I have already left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you need to leave before the end, it's there. But stay, because the Hebrew name for what is happening to you has not yet been spoken. Have you ever felt that this battle was not just human but spiritual? What if the narcissist's pattern of attack was a sign that there is a battle against the purpose God has placed on your life? It was in seeking answers to this that I found this digital guide called the Solomon Code. This guide is not just a reading, it is a key to spiritual understanding, a tool made for those who wish to see beyond appearances, to stop treating exhaustion as a simple malaise, and to understand why the narcissistic attack rises with such force against those who bear a mark of God. Many chosen ones here on the channel have already felt the call of the code, but have not yet made the decision to download the digital guide. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. If you are one of the first to download, come back here and write Amen. This will be your act of faith. And today God can show you why the narcissist has lost sleep over your elevation. There are 5 signs that your spiritual elevation is destabilizing the narcissist. The first is their involuntary vigil. They start to have trouble sleeping because your peace has stolen theirs. You see them in dreams, not as a ghost, but as a confused observer, trying to understand how you escaped. The second sign is the sacred deviation. People who were once loyal to them begin to pull away, to question their narrative, drawn to your light. The third sign is the silent family altar. At family gatherings, their name is mentioned less and less. The silence about them becomes more powerful than their presence ever was. And about that scene, the silence at the dinner table that has become deafening for them, I have already left the instrument waiting for you in the first pinned comment. If you need to leave before the end, it's there. But stay, because the Hebrew name for what is happening to you has not yet been spoken. The fourth sign is unexplainable peace. You feel a calm that makes no logical sense given the circumstances. This peace is a shield. The fifth sign is the loneliness of the chaos giver. The narcissist who fed on your chaos now finds themselves alone because their energy source has dried up. The tool I want to give you today is the shield of faith from Ephesians 6:16. It's a 3-step protocol. First, recognize the narcissist's flaming arrow, the lie, the manipulation, the provocation. Second, do not receive it. Visualize it shattering against an invisible shield in front of you. Third, declare in a low voice, "No weapon forged against me shall prosper." Do this today, and if you are feeling right now that this is exactly what you need, before I even continue, place your thumb now on the link in the first pinned comment. Don't click yet, just place your thumb there. Feel the weight of the decision before you make the decision. This guide is not a method to do more, it is an instrument to endure more. It does not train you, it covers you. And the next time you check their social media, what you will find is the echo of your own peace. And it comes with 2 seals for your home, not for your performance. The first seal is the ritual of the righteous sleep. It's an audio. You don't read, you lie down. And what you used to call insomnia, today you will call an unsealed vigil. And you will learn to seal the night with the right name, in the right order, in the right voice. The second seal is the awakening of clarity, the 7 morning decrees. 7 short sentences, 1 for each morning of the week. So you don't wake up without identity anymore, so you can get through the first hour of the day with the posture of one who was sent and not with the posture of one who was run over. You have a 7-day unconditional guarantee to use and feel, 7 full days. If in 7 days the instrument has not touched what needs to be touched in you, if clarity has not arrived, you send an email and get your money back. No questions, no justification. And the 2 seals, the ritual and the decrees, remain with you even if you return it. They are yours, unconditionally. But I need to be straight with you. The real risk is not spending less than 2 coffees. The real risk is the next mention of their name arriving and you still being empty-handed. That is the risk that has a face. And it is about that face that I need to speak with you now. And maybe you are asking yourself some questions now that deserve answers before we proceed. But what if I still have to interact with them? The guide teaches you strategic neutrality. Is it really possible to be free from their influence? Yes, when you cut off the spiritual energy source. What if I'm not strong enough? It's not about strength, but alignment. And yet, if you just want the guide, it is sufficient. But the complete house comes with all 3. A 45-year-old mother who left a narcissistic husband said, "I thought I would never sleep in peace again. The first night with the ritual of sleep, I slept like a log." Her sentence was, "He lost power over my rest." A 28-year-old man who cut ties with a narcissistic parent wrote, "I always felt guilty. The morning decrees reminded me who I am." His sentence, "I am not the problem." A 55-year-old woman who stood up to a narcissistic boss confessed, "I was about to quit. The guide gave me the strength to set boundaries." Her sentence, "My job is no longer my battlefield." So maybe in 3 hours you will be lying in bed again, remembering that look, that word, and you will remember that you saw this video and still did not reach out. Maybe at the next family gathering, their name will come up and your stomach will churn. Maybe tomorrow morning the first thing you think about is them, and the cycle keeps coming with the same alarm clock, with the same coffee, with the same door opening. The link is in the first pinned comment. Pinned for you, not for everyone. For you who needs to get through the next night's sleep with the instrument in hand, click now. And when you do that, when you open that link, you are not buying a book. You are accepting an instrument that Solomon prepared for your ordinary day. And what you will understand next, when you hear the Hebrew word that is coming now, will change the way you read everything that has happened so far. The Hebrew word that defines exactly what is happening to you is Yeshua. Pronounce it with me in a low voice wherever you are. Yeshua. Yeshua means salvation, deliverance, victory. It is not just a dictionary translation, it is a word that describes a state, a posture, a calling. And when you hear this word, something inside you calms down, because it was already happening inside you. You just didn't have a name for it. And about this word it is written in Psalm 4 verse 8. "In peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." It is not a promise of the future. It is a declaration of state. The story of David and Goliath is your story. Goliath, the giant, the narcissist, seemed invincible. He mocked, humiliated, intimidated. David, the young shepherd, seemed weak, insignificant. But David had an instrument, a sling and 5 smooth stones, and he had faith. He did not fight with Goliath's strength. He fought with God's strength. Your spiritual elevation is your smooth stone, and what David had to improvise on the battlefield, you can do now with a guide in hand. The instrument that Solomon left recorded is the same one that is waiting for you in the first pinned comment. Let me stop for a full minute and put everything you've just heard into simple words, without poetry, without metaphor, just the facts. Fact 1. There is a spirit of narcissism that feeds on your light. Fact 2. It loses power when you elevate yourself spiritually. Fact 3. David was the target of this same attack. Fact 4. Your hesitation, which you call prudence, is exactly what this spirit needs to convince you to give up before the next victory. There are 3 types of callings being tested right now. You are one of these 3 types. The first is the silent survivor, the one who endured the abuse without anyone knowing. The adversary neutralizes you with shame. The second is the chain breaker, the one who is ending a generational cycle of narcissistic abuse. The adversary attacks you with guilt. The third is the light bearer, the one who is now a beacon of hope for others. The adversary tries to extinguish your light with fear. And about your type, heaven had already sealed 3 names. The first name is the unbreakable, forged in fire, which cannot be broken again. Solomon's instrument teaches you to solidify your defenses. The second name is the seer, who sees through the narcissist's illusions. The third name is the liberator, who frees themselves and others from captivity. If one of these 3 names hit you harder, write the number down below in the comments, 1, 2, or 3. This is your first act of taking possession of your identity. For each name, the adversary has a tactic. For the unbreakable, he uses doubt. For the seer, confusion. For the liberator, isolation. And these 3 weapons alone are a memory. With an instrument, they become coverage. To recognize the cycle without having the instrument that Solomon left is to receive the diagnosis without the treatment. But before I release you, there is one last point. The fear of seeming ungrateful. It is false piety. It is pride dressed in humility. God does not give you strength so that you refuse the weapons that He Himself has forged for your battle. To accept the instrument is not to doubt the strength. It is to honor the general's strategy. Now I want you to close your eyes wherever you are, place your right hand on your chest, and repeat with me in a low voice. Father, I give you the fatigue. I release you from fear. My urgency is my gratitude, and I now receive the 3 names that have been sealed upon me, the unbreakable, the seer, the liberator. And before the voice that comes now, I need you to hear something. If this hits you now, write down below, I receive the turn. And now the Father's voice, listen. Son, daughter, I saw you on that night when you thought it would not dawn. I never lost sight of you. Your name is engraved on the palms of my hands. The chair is yours. You have permission to receive what you have not earned. You have permission to occupy the chair at the table without having to justify. You have permission to let the version of you that needed to suffer, to feel worthy, die. I now extend my hand towards your house and decree a covering of sealing over all that belongs to you, over your table, over your children, over your work. You are committed, you are commissioned, you are sent. You are committed, you are commissioned, you are sent. You are committed, you are commissioned, you are sent. Before I release you, walk with me. There is a long dark wooden table. There is an empty chair. The shape of you is carved into it. Solomon is at the head of the table and he nods. You are not creating this scene. You are remembering it. The chair has always been yours. Only you were missing. Sit in it for a moment. Now you can say Amen. The Solomon Code is waiting for you in the first pinned comment with the ritual of sleep and the 7 morning decrees, for less than 2 coffees. Because a liberator without coverage rots the next time their name is mentioned. And the adversary is counting on that. It is not an expense, it is an instrument. With a 7-day guarantee, the risk is ours, the hand is yours. Click now, while the decree is still alive in your chest. In the next 3 hours, he will speak inside you. You are being too dramatic. Maybe it wasn't that bad. You are abandoning them. You will never be truly free. This is just another fad. 5 waves. Today now before the next night, not later. Today. And Solomon will sustain you. And before you go, think of one specific person, someone who needs the same sealing you just received. Send this video to them. If you made it through this video to the end, comment below, Amen received. It is done. What was delivered here has been delivered. You are not the same person you were when you pressed play. You are deeply loved. You were never forgotten. The chair is yours, and so it is sealed. The next mention of their name can wait another 10 seconds. May the wisdom from above be your ground today. May your soul find rest. Until the next meeting. Detén lo que estás haciendo ahora.